For most of my life, I've dreamed of building the ultimate four-wheel drive shed. I've spent over 10 years working in other people's workshops, and for the last 2 years I've been making do in a tiny lease factory. But now it's finally time to build my dream shed in my own backyard. This is the complete journey from an empty block of land to the ultimate four-wheel drive workshop with the help of a bunch of good mates.
Today's the day. New shed.
Shed's on the way.
This is the first big step. We've been in here, me and Ben. Ben's been driving the excavator and I've been on the dingo, starting to cut it in. We got the laser set up now. What do you reckon, Rod?
470 mil out, guys. Good effort. We'll get it right.
Hey, 470 mil in the distance.
Yeah,
I'm 30 mil here. It was good.
You got 5 mil up there. Even better.
So we've got a lot of fall on the yard. It's actually a lot higher up the back there than it is down the front here. So it's sitting up a bit at the front here and it's going to be a bit of a step up into it. And the back is going to be sitting down a little bit. So we're just trying to even it out pretty much. But sort of looks flat when you're standing here. By the time you run the laser over it, there's actually a lot of fall. We haven't seen Skater Rod for a while. What's been going on? Jeez, you've been on leave.
Selling my soul, doing everything I don't want to do.
Oh, so
now I'm back here having fun.
So Rod's actually having a break from making bench tops, are you?
Reinventing the wheel, so making a new factory, setting shop up, and we'll be kicking off hopefully halfway through the year again, doing some bench tops.
So if anyone needs a concrete bench top, Surf Creek, he's coming back. What's the plan? Tell us how we're going to attack this.
So, first of all, we're working out our heights exact. Take a string line square to the block, run a parallel line off that, work out our parallels, do our cross measurements, and set the boys up. And before any work actually starts, I'm going to piss off and leave these two guys just sort it out.
Beautiful.
So now we've worked out the height of the slab, we're going to set up hurdles at each corner. These are basically going to be our reference points for the whole set out, and we'll use them to run string lines. Once they're all set up, we do some checks to make sure everything is nice and square.
So Rod's gone home and he's just left me and Ben here to do the rest. So
The important stuff.
No, he set us up. Just wanted a bit of a hand to make sure we're doing the right thing. Got this blue mark on the ground here. So we're just chasing this blue mark, digging around for the outer footing. So Ben's going to drive the excavator and I'm just going to stand there with the laser level and tell him what to do.
So we're working our way around the slab to get our footing depth, and then we'll go through and cut the middle to the correct height. Shout out to our mate Nick, who dropped off the old Komatsu to help get the job done a little easier.
More from there.
Yeah.
There forward is good. All right, so I got this main footing all dug out and it's all level all the way around. And now we've just reset laser level. And now we're taking this back to the next height. So we're a little bit too high here and we're a little bit too low down there. So basically we're gonna end up taking this dirt and putting it down there and then trying to compact it all down flat. Oh! Here's Skater Rod. We're back again.
Slabbing time.
Slab time. What's the go? We're
Getting it ready. Ferg's on the excavator.
So Ferg's your brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law Ferg.
Excavator king.
He is a weapon. I've been going around with the laser. I'm going, 5 here, 3 there. And he literally, when I come back at 0.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
A lot of time.
He's got an eye for it.
Then buddy, yeah, we'll get this formwork in, boxed up, plastic, steel.
Done.
And drink a beer.
Boom. Shed.
Shed. Burnout time.
Yeah.
got the last couple of boards, side boards. We'll need to bring some more boards tomorrow for the open. Ferg's boring the hole. Different side.
Oh. She's all go.
Yeah.
Ferg's boring the holes and we're squaring all this up. And then Ben's going to do all the outriggers. On you, Ben.
Pretty much everything we're doing here is following the drawings from our engineering plans with some slight adjustments for the fall in the yard. A little trick to get all the dirt out of the hole without having to do it by hand, we use a garden hose and wet it up a bit, and then the auger will actually get nearly 100% out of the hole.
What have you done?
What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just keep digging.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not on my plan. Not there.
We got the main boxing done and started setting up outriggers. We all had our fair share of hitting in star pickets, and after a few hours, we were all done.
So what's the go? Ready for steel?
We are waiting for steel, formed up, peg, double brace, bloody everything we got everywhere. We are just watering it down, keep the dust down.
Knock off before smoko, have a beer and...
I think we're going to get drunk.
Alright, so Rod and Ferg have just left. We've pretty much got this all boxed up, braced up, ready to go, and yeah, just ready for mesh now. So me and Ben are sort of getting ready. We've got a couple of days till pour, but we're just trying to get the helicopter going. What do you reckon, Ben?
I reckon she sat for a fair while. It's like a sauna in this shit.
Got my old man's trowel here. We haven't used this, I think he said about 7 years since we built the shed. We extended the shed in Emu back home. The old oil, pretty gross looking, and the fuel was gross too. So we've done that, but then we couldn't get it running. So it'd run on Aerostart, but it wouldn't run on its own fuel. So we thought it must have like a block jet or something. So we pulled the carby off, and Ben's just pulled the carby apart. Little safety pin there.
Safety pin. We pulled the jet out of the middle, and we've poked her through. She was not working. It was blocked.
Yeah, it was.
And the
blocked
float
up.
was stuck, so I wouldn't allow fuel.
Well, that
to
was the
come through.
first thing we pulled off, and we're like, there's not even fuel running out the bottom of here. It's all jammed up. So yeah, just needs a little bit of loving, a little bit of cleaning, and got a new addition here as well. So I got myself a forklift. I've been wanting a forklift pretty much since I've moved down here because it's been a bit tricky.
I've got to be so delicate because I'm so scared of this.
The reused gasket.
Gasket.
Watch out for the vice grips holding fuel on.
Okay.
Fire up, Benno! Oh! Might be choking it too much. Yeah! I just adjusted the idle a bit. Yeah, she's all good. Air filter back on. Ready for the big day. Alright, so we just cleaned out all the holes. Ben's whack-packed this end. The rest is all pretty hard, and this is natural ground. This end here was fluffed up a bit from where we'd been mucking around. Got Big Keith over here. Got some trench mesh on there ready to go, and got all the rest of the mesh here. So we're going to roll some plastic out first. What do you reckon, Skater Rod? Going fishing?
Been trying to hook us good luck. Better when this thing's off and the concrete's in.
That's it. Ben's got a cool belt too. I don't have one. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Lift shit.
Yeah.
Due to the warm summer weather, we wanted to get the slab in nice and early. The concrete pump come first and got set up, and then it wasn't long after the first load was here.
Never seen you so excited. This bloke just
Probably
lives.
half hour early because I was that excited.
He was. He bloody lives and breathes concrete, this bloke. What do you reckon, Ben?
I'm very excited.
What do you reckon? Burnout this afternoon.
With the first truck backed in, no mucking around, we were straight into it. Working our way from the back to the front as the sun come up, truck by truck, we raked it, we screened it, and before we knew it, the helicopter was fired up.
That oil change went well, eh, Benny?
It worked out well.
What do you reckon, Skater Rod?
Not finished yet.
Is it beer o'clock yet?
No. Bloody getting there though.
It's looking good. Well, we had a little bit of a...
Don't say that. It's not looking good till it's finished.
So Rod's had a bit of trouble cutting in this doorway here because we had a gap between the last truck and it's gone off before we got the last one in. So that stuff over there is still fresh, but it's...
No one was listening to me.
And after a long morning, the slab was down. We finished it off and had some lunch and waited for it to go off enough that we could remove the boxing.
What's the go, Ben?
My good angle.
Job's on.
Job's on, baby.
Today's the day. So the shed kit has rocked up. Been here for a couple of weeks, been away at the Brisbane Fall Drive Show. We got Rod for a day to give us a hand, so we're going to try and mark
I'm
it
just
out.
going to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
We got the layout.
Got the layout, going to mark it all out.
Brackets down.
Brackets down.
Bolted, position, then Meccano set.
Meccano set, and we've got Keith the fork here to help stand it up. We've got scissor as well. So I've got a lender of a scissor lift, and I've got the forklift as well to hopefully stand these up. Gonna try and mark it all out and drill all the base plates, build the portal frames and stand them up. And it looks like it's gonna rain.
Hurry up.
Might have to get the umbrella out. The Ghost Skater Rod.
Fucking rain.
Rain has stitched us up. Ben's out there with the umbrella, he's still working away. Oh well, must be time for Barbie.
Turns out Rodney can't read.
All right.
We give the one bloke that can't read the bit of paper. Great idea. The neighbour across the road actually has the exact same shed through the same company, and he was one of the reasons I went through these guys, went and had a look at his shed. So if we need any references, we can walk over there. I took a bunch of photos and stuff, so that'll be handy. It's now a new day. The rain has eased up. What are we doing here? Dodgy shit.
Dodgy.
We've got bits of wood and all kinds of stuff going on here, but we reckon this is going to work. And then we're going to use this trailer to get the forklift on the slab. And then eventually we won't have this problem because we're going to pour concrete out here and there's going to be a little nice little ramp and everything. So
We got the machines onto the slab, but then we ran into our first problem.
Yes.
I don't know how to use it. It's brand new. Oh, it's got no bar off. I just didn't have any bar roll in this, so I was running to get some, but Rod's going to get another one. He wants a real man saw. 3 chainsaws later. You know, I could have just tipped some bar roll in the electric and we would have been cut. Cut it down. Straight through here. Oh, Rod the arborist.
Oh, yeah.
So about our first stuff up for the day. We accidentally have got this one the wrong way around. We've got to end for end it. So it's got different holes in it for the rafters. We've got it wrong, so.
We got the first frame standing up and then added some braces to hold it upright. Then we were able to start building the next frame and joining them together.
So we've been here for a while, but we've got one base standing up. What do you reckon, Rod?
Mate, this is, I don't know. We're just going to do it.
So we've gained a few extra helpers, and we've got another one bolted up here, and we're going to see what happened.
The portal frames were tricky to stand up, but with a few helpers we managed to make it work. The forklift couldn't quite reach the full height, but with some big, strong Aussie boys, we were able to push it over the last bit.
All right, so we're back into it again this morning. Ben's over there drilling holes where there was missing holes in the column. So there's a few that were wrong.
So annoying.
So far it's been, those 3 purlins were all drilled at the wrong ends, back to front. So they were the same as the ones for over there, but there needs to be a left and a right. But we had 6 lefts. The posts for the upright, all of these posts are missing this hole here. So you can see we've got a bolt in that one. Ben's just pre-drilled them all. He's got a step drill that he's going to run through them. We've just braced and straightened this corner so it's all plumb, and we've got our plumb bob swinging. So these are a bit tricky because, hard to see, but The way it's designed, and these plates go up the center, it actually holds a gap in the middle here, whereas the bottom is hard sandwiched together. Now, if we had to put those plates on the inside, it would have been straight, but you're not meant to put these plates on the inside, they're meant to go on the outside. So we're using a plumb bob down the center to actually see where straight is.
And before you say you can put them on the inside, you can't, because no holes line up to the purling.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing
as well.
So we're dealing with rain and wind and different things, and we've had helpers come and go, but it's just me and Ben at the moment, and we're just tying off all the purlings, getting it straight, getting what we can get done. We're going to put these ones up, hopefully a bit later this arvo. We have some more helpers. We've got the next frame ready to stand up, and then we just got one more down there. We're going to get these purlins up. We've got one big one to go across there, so this is going to be fun. Me and Ben are going to juggle it up. And Keith. Keith's going to be doing all the hard work.
Sally the scissor.
Sally the scissor.
That was a quick one.
Well, Sally it is. And a big thanks to Ben and his son Chris, who called in yesterday to give us a hand. We're kind of struggling, but even the three of us with Rod, we're sort of struggling to stand these up. Chris and Ben called in and gave us a hand, and also Joel, who called in as well and gave us a hand. So without those boys, we would have struggled. So thanks very much, and thanks Chris. Chris was doing most of the work, wasn't he?
Yeah, Chris is a legend.
Chris is the man. He was on work experience with his dad. Yeah, just want to thank Chris for doing all the hard work.
We had our doubts that this end purling was going to work just looking up at the holes, but we're going to try it anyway.
So it turns out, don't trust your eyeballs, because that did work. I did not think that was going to line up. Sometimes the kit actually works, not always. So this post was actually leaning out a little bit, which we were going to worry about later, but I've used the fork to push it that way. You want pressure off?
Yeah.
All right, you tell me when. I'm off.
Yeah, work, no doubt.
All right, so a bit of an update. We are making some progress now. Had a couple of boys give us a hand, and we stood up these last two bays. And then today, we finally got a bit of nice weather. Yeah, put it all straight, and we're tying it all together. So got rack straps running these three bays. We have got all these top brackets on, but we haven't put that purlin on yet because we've got a string line running on both sides. We're using ratchet straps to pull it all square. Now Ben's up there mounting up the roof purlins, and I've been passing them up to him. And then while he's bolting them down, I've been walking around bolting the wall purlins up. We want this wall to be really straight when you look down here from top to bottom. We want that to be perfect. So that's pretty much the main focus, and also the other walls. All the walls, but that's how we're doing it, just a string line down the top. The plan is we're going to finish getting these roof purlins on, then these ones can go up along the gutters. We've got to sort these roller doors out, but we're nearly ready to put the roof on, eh Ben?
Hell yeah.
I think we're going to have to call.
Not a shed.
We're going to have to call in for some extra help. So it won't be today, that's for sure. It's going to be a decent job putting the tin on, but we're getting there.
If you want to see the rest of this shed build series, make sure you've subscribed so you don't miss out on the next videos. I'm going to be showing the whole build and the fit out once we get to it. Then we'll be in here building cars and making videos for you guys to watch, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you want to support me even more, head over and check out the new range of merch on my website, which is linked in the video description.